Well, they're away. Well, Pamplona up there. Braga as well. At the moment, Abdurrahman El Kayami just taking it easy, just tucked in there. So this over 1,450 meters. And of course, they still have about 200 meters of running on the sand as well. There's no respite even for these men who are the middle distance runners. It's Pamplona at the front at the moment. Abdelkader Al-Kham. So it's Al-Kham at the moment. Auvergne in second. That's Gaetan Ariu. Applies to Castillon. Well, Al-Kayami has steadily moved up. Decided not to get too involved in that sprint immediately from the gun. Lisbon Sporting Lisbon. In Sporting Club de Portugal, rather. Sporting Lisbon being the football club that wears those colours. It's part of the same multi-sport organisation. So it's Pamplona with Abdelkader Al-Kham. Auvergne. Now Al-Khamani getting up, tucking, very nice little manoeuvre there from Al-Khayam, overtaking on the inside, getting up on the shoulder of his compatriot from the Pamplona club. So Kayami, nice job there from Kayami. Kayami now really starting to impose his authority on this race, comfortably over those barriers, down this tricky downhill slope that can really knock you out of your stride if you don't take it well. But Kayami, no problems for this man. He was only 20th in the National Cross Country Championships, but he is really a 1,500 meter man. Has a best of 3:38.17 from last year. 27 years of age, Kayami. So he's going to hand over to Mireia Arnadillo. 2021 under 20 1,500 meters bronze medalist, and now Playas de Castillon, a really convincing lead. It's Pamplona and Sporting battling behind them, and Auvergne are up there as well, but at the moment it's Mireia Arnadillo really running away with this. You can see there was 6. Well, Regensdorf came through very strongly at the end of that last lap. That was a bit of a surprise. Auvergne now starting to drift back. The other French teams also up there. That's Dessine's Mesiu Athletisme. Well, Mireia Arnadillo really starting to pull away from the women behind her. It's Amy Pratt for Sporting at the moment, but she's got a long way to make up the World Championship 7th placer in the steeplechase. So it's the Briton Pratt running for Sporting, who's in 2nd place at the moment, but no doubt at all who's winning, and winning by a quite considerable margin. It's Anna Diller. Arnadillo really putting a lot of distance between her and the chasing teams. Now this looks as though it could be yet another Playas de Castellón victory. It's been a fantastic day for the host club. We haven't yet got confirmation of who the host for 2024 will be, but it would be wonderful if it was to come back here, because there'd be plenty to celebrate and plenty of titles to defend. Arnadillo, I'm making that about, probably as much as 100 metres maybe that Arnadillo has on Amy Pratt. You have to remember how good a runner Amy Pratt is. So, Arnadillo, well, she was also 6th at last year's World Under-20 Championships as well. Still only 19 years of age, the young Spaniard. Not, well, I wouldn't say not a problem. She made hard work of that second barrier, but she's got over them, and they've only got to negotiate them once. That's potentially the worst part of the course behind her. Pratt should have fewer problems being an experienced steeplechaser. Hasn't taken anything away from her impetus. So it's Arnadillo. Looking a really, really quality athlete. Not that far away from the changeover zone now. He's going to hand over to Victor Ruiz. So turning into the changeover zone now. So Arnadillo hands over to Victor Ruiz. Ruiz, an 8:16 steeplechaser and a very good 1500 metre man as well. In the latter part of the stages, Sporting closed down a little bit on Club Playas de Castellón. 10 seconds gap between Castellón and Sporting. Regensdorf right up there in the battle for the medals. Surprise 3rd place for the Swiss club. So it's Victor Ruiz, really doing well at the moment. He ran a very decisive 3rd leg 12 months ago when Club Playas de Castellón took the very first mixed relay title at these European Champion Clubs Cup cross country. Ruiz also was on the gold medal winning team of the 2018 Spanish team that took that title at the European Cross Country Championships. Ruiz really powering away now. He's making it count. This is a really talented quartet that the home club has been fielding. They've got Winnie Nanyondo to come on the last leg. Long way back to the chasers. Not even in sight. Oh, this is a terrific leg from Ruiz. Many respects. Well, Al-Kayami and Arnadillo did all the hard work over the opening 2 legs, but this has been the crucial one. This has really put Playas de Castellón very much in control of this race. So Playas de Castellón, huge gap between them and the chasers. Ruiz is an 8.16 steeplechaser. Absolutely no problems whatsoever with those barriers. Just hops over them, almost took them in his stride. Arnadillo had a little bit more difficulty with them. So Ruiz still powering away. He's decided to go and slot the armband around his wrist. Now he's whipped it off as he comes into the changeover zone to hand over to Winnie Nanyondo. Well, this could be the valedictory leg. It's hard to see her being beaten bar accident. Nanyondo, hugely experienced runner. Well, it's a massive gap back to the second place. 90 metres. Sporting Club de Portugal in second place. Decinas Messier come through for third, so a good leg, good third leg from the Decinas Messier man. Regensdorf slipping back into fourth with 19 seconds adrift on Playas de Castellón. Well, Nanyondo made the final of the World Championships 1500 metres on several occasions. This is Salome Afonso for Sporting now, looking quite secure in the silver medal position. Still a bit of a battle behind her for bronze. The huge gap between Winnie Nanyondo wearing the green vest of Playas de Castellón and the rest. Oh, she went off course, but hopefully that's not going to cause too much of a problem. She had to stop and check back. I think that was just a lack of concentration there from Nanyondo. Maybe it was one of those tapes not being easily seen in this sunlight. Nevertheless, and it will only have cost her a couple of seconds though, and she's still well on course for victory. Didn't like going into the sand either. Still think she's got too much ground for Sporting to seriously make up, despite the fact that Salome Afonso is a very good Portuguese international, but it's still Nanyondo. Nanyondo fourth at the World Championships over 800 metres in 2019, fourth at last year's World Indoor Championships over 1500 metres, eighth at the World Championships over 1500 metres in Eugene. Great championship runner, just missed out on the medals at the very highest level, but here she's running a fantastic leg despite those couple of slips. Well, the Sporting runner still isn't in shot, haven't turned the corner. Nanyondo now just can relax a little bit. She's doing everything right despite that slight diversion and struggling a little bit into the sand. Now this is the easy bit of the course. Long straight here. A couple more turns. She doesn't like that either. But just look at the gap she's got. It's difficult to see, but I think it might be. The Sinas Mesier have come through for silver medal position. Need to really look back and check, but that didn't look like a sporting runner to me. So, for the second year in succession, Winnie Nanyondo of Uganda is anchoring Playas de Castillon to the gold in the mixed relay. So Winnie Nanyondo bringing Playas de Castillon home. One last turn. And here's the finish line in sight. Just a few meters to go, and Winnie Nanyondo helps Playas de Castillon defend the mixed relay title.